you don't really have goals. You have vague wishes that disappear at the first minor distraction in an aimless life. That is, unless you write them down. Good morning, champions. Josh Zeppis here, freedom fighter, creator with Brokeisnojoke, the movement towards true freedom. And today's article is all about writing goals and how to actually write them properly. Let's get away from the hope and let's get into the actualization of what we want, whether it be for the new year or whether you're just like sick and tired of being sick and tired and you're ready to get things going today, right now. We're going to talk about the importance and a few key pointers, I suppose, on how to actually write goals and do it properly. That's important. So first thing, before we get into how to actually write the goal, I'm going to challenge you. What's one goal, just one, that if it were accomplished would completely transform your year, would make this entire year absolutely worth it? One thing. Because, a lot of times we get into this whole thing with, we set up too many goals, and we got these 10 different goals, and we get 10% of our effort into each of them, and we get 10%, and none of them get done. And that's no good, right? So here's the thing, just one. Let's just start with one. If you can't get one goal done, how are you going to get 10 of them done? So one goal, but something so important to you, something so impactful that if you were to get it done, it would transform your entire year. Let's start with that. In fact, right now, go ahead and write it down. I'll wait. Go ahead. Yes, go. However you want to write it down, in any method, write it down right now. You can pause the video. It's okay. Go ahead, do it. All right, you got it? No, seriously, don't mess around. Pause it again if you need to. Go ahead. All right, so let's get going. So let's talk about the first step, in my opinion, of actually writing a goal down is you got to make sure when you write it down that you write it in a very specific way. You've got to be specific. One of the top mistakes I see people make is they set a goal something like, I want to be rich. I want to be happy. What the heck does that mean? What is rich? What is happy? Right? Everyone's got a different definition of happiness. What is rich? Be specific. When you say rich, $100 to some people is wealthy, and $100 to some other folks is poverty. So when you say you want to be rich or you want a certain level of wealth, what exactly is it? And I would challenge you to be as specific as possible. So instead of just saying I want to be a millionaire, how about saying I want $1.36 million? See the difference between saying I want to be rich versus I would like to have $1.36 million in my account, in my checking account, in my savings account? So being very, very specific. On the happiness side, forget about saying you want to be happy. That's not a goal. What makes you happy? What would contribute to your happiness? And set that as a goal, right? Maybe it's going on a family vacation. Maybe it's doing something nice for someone else. But be very specific. What is that thing? And make that your goal. Make that your tangible goal. And goals, in this sense that we're talking about, really should be tangible. It should be something you can measure. You can determine, am I getting closer or further? Happiness is so ethereal. Rich is so ethereal that you don't know if you're getting there. And if you don't know you're getting there and you don't get those small victories like you're getting closer to it, it demoralizes us and we give up. So number one, be very specific. Number two, make sure that you've got clarity of vision, that you can, whatever this is, you can see it here not with your eyesight, with your mindset. But here's the key. If you can't see it in your mind, you'll never see it with your eyes. It all starts up here. So here's what I mean. Can you imagine what the finish line looks like? If you achieve your goal, what does it feel like? What does it look like? What does it smell like? What does it taste like? What does it sound like? You've got to be able to experience it. You've got to be there emotionally and mentally long before you get there physically. When you talk to championship runners and people that run track, people that run marathons, they start by visualizing what the finish line looks like. They see the finish line miles before they even get to the finish line. And that's what we got to do with our goal. So do you have that level of clarity? Can you really experience it? If you can't, it might be hard to actually accomplish in real life. All right, number 3, you got to set a deadline. If you don't have a deadline, look, what I joke about in the article is that everyone waits, not everyone, but a lot of folks wait till April 15th to file their taxes. Why? Why not? Because there's a deadline there, right? We get things done on deadlines. We need endpoints. And here's the cool part. If you start with the endpoint, start with the end in mind, you can now work backwards and figure out what it's going to take to get there. But if you have no deadline, if you say, I just want $1.3 million, and you're trying to plan this out, and the universe is like, all right, how about when you're 95 years old, right? You don't want that. You want to set a specific deadline. You want to make it real. That's another aspect of making your goals real, is having a deadline. So make sure if you want $1.36 million that you want it by July 31st at 12:02 p.m. in my account. Like, it's got to be that specific. So this way now your mind can go operate on that. Your heart, your mind, your soul, everything is in alignment, and you know exactly what you're shooting for. Then it's just a matter of finding out the how, right? Which is the easiest part. All right, number four, be assumptive. When you write a goal down, never write it like I want to be a millionaire. I hope to make $1 million. I wish. All these things that kind of imply future things, drop them. You need to write it as if you already own it, as if you already have that $1.36 million. Because here's the thing: if you say, I want to have $1.36 million, it's already true. Don't you already want it? So you just accomplish your goal. By writing that goal, I want $1.36 million, you've accomplished it. You're done. You want it, don't you? So it's done, right? You fulfilled that goal. So here's how you write it. You say, I have $1.36 million in my account on this date. I am a millionaire. I am going to be happy. I am happy in this exact way. I am whatever it is, right? I no longer smoke. Not I will quit smoking. I have quit smoking, right? If you want to do a goal like that. So make sure you actually write it in the present tense as if it's already happened. That's a very specific key to making sure that your mind and your physicality is in alignment. If those are out of alignment, if it's always about the future, guess what? The future never comes. Sorry, tomorrow never comes. Monday never comes. It ain't coming, right? It's got to be now. Okay, last one. Number 5, not last one. Number 5, handwriting. You got to write with your hand. And this is kind of archaic. I know you're like, Josh, come on. We're in the age of technology. Why can't I just text it to myself? Why can't I just, talk to text? Or why can't I just type it up? Look, better to type it and to text it than nothing at all, right? 100%. But I'm telling you, there's something special. They say what flows through you sticks to you. The act of writing it, the intention that comes from handwriting, when you're intentionally writing something out like an artist would, there's a power to that. It kind of cements it in us. It makes us feel like we're connected to the message. So there's a power to that. I know it's a pain in the ass. And look, if you don't have good handwriting, it's just like me. Oh well, that's not the point. In fact, you never have to go back and read it again. You just have to write it that one time. And so just knowing what's in your mind and getting it on paper via you and not technology is a big recommendation of mine. And lastly, make it a daily activity. You can't just, and here's probably the second biggest mistake I see people make. On January 1st, they write down their goals, and I asked them, I said, have you ever looked at them again? No, I put them on my desk. They write down their goals and they put them in a drawer, never to look at them again. How's that supposed to work out? Right? How has it worked out if you've done that? So look, every morning when you wake up, that one main goal, it'll take you all of 8 seconds. Write it down again. Keep that goal on the front of your mind. That should be the reason why you woke up in the morning. If it isn't, fix that, right? There's ways to fix that. We'll talk about that. Not here, but you and I need to talk. But fix that. Make sure that's the reason you wake up every morning. Keep your intention focused on that one goal and never let that go. So every morning, no excuses, whether you feel like it or not, rain, sun, cold, hot, dry, wet, it doesn't matter. Write it down, make that commitment to yourself, build some of that self-discipline, make this a promise that you make to yourself that you're not willing to ever violate. And I promise things are going to be amazing, guys. So I appreciate you all. And look, here's the good news. If you could do something as simple as write down your goals, write them down in the proper way, write them down every day, do this small little thing, you're going to see the big things are going to follow. But if you can't do the easy stuff, because this is pretty simple, right? This is easy stuff we're talking about. If you can't do the easy stuff, how the heck you can do the hard stuff? So let's get this thing going. I appreciate you all. Look, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you're ready to get out of that rat race, ready to escape the cage, ready to become the person you were designed to become, make sure you go to brokeisnojoke.org. Let's talk. There's a method in there. You can contact me, and let's go make this thing happen, because the rest of your life has to be the best of your life. Love you all. Appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day.